What's poppin', everybody? This is Zero54, gonna be showing a Dragapult EX deck today. You might be surprised to see this because I've said on a couple of occasions I had no intention of using this deck because I really just hate everything about Dragapult. Its design as a pseudo-legendary, all the cards they printed are a pain in the ass, but because I'm really just out of ideas on what to show until we get the next set, I have succumbed as well, and I'll show you guys my version for this. Now, people have used this with all sorts of partners, whether they used it with Pidgeot EX, Zadu, Bibarel, Charizard EX, the Comfy, Lost Box engine, you name it. I've seen it paired up with everything. Paired up with Dragapult, basically you use Regidragon, not Dragapult, Regidragon, and you use Regidrago as your means to attack with this guy. All sorts of combinations, because Phantom Dive is a extremely broken attack. I'm gonna kind of keep things simple, and I'm just gonna do the line and just a couple of basic support Pokemon. That's about it. I mean, I've even seen players just run everything together. Like I saw one dude once using Pidgeot EX, Bibarel, Dragapult EX, and Charizard all together in one deck. But mine is just going to be pretty simple. So the main attacker is going to be this cursed dude. 320 HP, Dragon Pokemon, no weakness, 1 retreat. Very good stats. Jet Headbutt, cheap attack. I guess if you can't do the Phantom Dive immediately, you can start with that and put a little bit of pressure. But Phantom Dive is the main attraction. 200 on the active and then 6 on your opponent's bench Pokemon any way you like. Pretty much the ultimate small Pokemon killer, with these small Pokemon still having 60 and 70 HP. This is almost like a free shot that isn't even blockable with something like Manaphy. So busted stuff. We're gonna max this dude out. We're gonna max out the Drippy as the basic Pokemon. I believe this is the only option for Dragon, and maybe there's a few psychic ones too, but I'm using this one. And then I'm doing one Dracolac or Dracoloak, I guess is how it's called. I don't know why I always call it Dracolac. Anyway, point is, other builds also favor this card more because it's a good stage 1 with the ability, letting you draw a card essentially every turn. It's like an acro bike that you don't discard. I guess Pidgeotto will be another similar card from the Sun and Moon era. Anyway, good effect, but I'm trying to evolve through rare candy, so that's why I'm only doing one of this. And that's about it. The other attacker is going to be this Radiant Charizard, our Radiant Pokemon of choice. There isn't any point to use Greninja, not much point using anything else. It was either going to be this guy or I guess Jirachi for support. Let it die and then we grab 3 cards hopefully. But this guy just makes a lot more sense as a late game attacker since I have the fire energies anyway. Should be pretty good. I don't have that much variety anyway, so it works out. Manaphy for the bench protection, and then the rest of the dudes is just going to be 4 Victinis and the 1 Volcanion. You can do more Volcanion if you want and less Victini, vice versa. They basically do the same thing. They're going to act as basic Pokemon, giving us energy acceleration from the disco pile, not the deck. I wish it was the deck. So Assistant Flame, 20 for 1, grab 2 fire energies and attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. And this guy, you gotta choose 2 this time, but that's what we want to do anyway. And grab 2 fire energies, attached to each of them from the disco pile. Same thing basically. This guy has a lot more HP, but he has a double retreat cost, and it's hella annoying if you get stuck, or if you do the attack and then you're ready to attack, you can't get rid of him. So I decided to favor Victini more. These are our hopeful openers. A lot of the times you're not even going to bother using the attacks. You may not be able to discard the fire energies to make use of them. So they're just going to act as decoys as you manually attach the energies on the Drippies and then hopefully get your necessary cards to evolve. That's about it. Fairly simple deck. I didn't really want to do, you know, Zadu. It's just, I mean, he only needs 2 energies. I just think you can use Zadu, but it's almost kind of overkill, to be honest, in my head. Yeah. Pidgeot is good, but I wanted to keep things simple, like I've said. Just run a lot of supporters instead. That's it. Now for the trainers, we got, well, the balls. I got the Buddy Pofins, a full playset, and 1 nest ball to get our basic Pokemon. This should be a decent amount to get our stuff. Get the drippies. I'm doing triple Ultra Ball as well. Most effective way to get that guaranteed Dragapult EX in hand. Plus, I can use this to discard energies, and it's gonna combo with these dudes. That's the point. So there's that. Same for the double Earthen Vessel. It is also a discard outlet, so I can discard a fire energy, get another fire and a psychic, and then attack with Victini, grab the energies back, that sort of thing. And, you know, we do run dual energies, you gotta keep that in mind, so this has a lot of merit, because we can grab the psychics and the fire depending on what we need. I gotta keep this in mind. Sometimes it's tricky when you need dual energies for the dragon Pokemon. Gotta make sure you have them. I got 1 switch as a tech switch, never know when it might be handy, and the aspect of choice is also going to be Prime Catcher. Switching outlet, which is always useful, and just a free pulling card. I think it makes sense. You could do something like, I don't know, the reset stamp, or maybe it's something else, but this just makes the most sense to me once again. Just very effective. Dual purpose. I like it. And then what else? I think the last thing is just the 4 rare candies, which are standard to get our stage 2 out. Like I said, I'm favoring this as opposed to just trying to evolve into the Drag Cloak and just slowly get into the stage 2. You could have favored those dudes and also try to use the damn what in the hell is it called? The evolution discs, TMs. But the thing is, because this guy attacks with 2 energy and not just 1, if you do this and you don't have Zatu set up too, it might be tricky, like it might be too slow, because you're attaching something in the active position to do that. It's probably going to be a decoy. Then it dies, you attach another energy, so it's not the same as with Torterra, where it just attacks with 1 energy. So I decided against that. I did try it, but I thought ultimately it's better to run these guys and drop the TM. Anyway, and then the last item is the trekking shoes. Just draw power, item-based draw power. Once again, should be useful. Maybe discard fire energy with this too. Okay. Supporters. Once again, some very common stuff that I run in most of my decks now. You max out the Iono, Disruption and Solid Draw. You do the 1 Cynthia if something dies. This is pretty good. We got some Pokemon that are probably going to die easy, like the Victini. I'm doing the Youngster. I guess this is a new face. So I almost forgot this guy was around. Now that we don't have Shauna, I suppose this is the replacement. Not as cute, but it's a replacement nonetheless. Still the same effect. Draw 5. Shuffle and draw 5. So I'm running him. The 1 Irida, get the Manaphy and get an item, usually rare candy or maybe a Pofin in the early game. Good stuff. Got the Zisu for a copycat. Worker, just straight draw 3, might discard a Stadium. I don't want Stadium, so works out perhaps. And then Miriam for the last one. Recovery and draw for Pokemon. That's it. Boss's Orders, I mean, it's a supporter, but it's not really a consistency card. Use this and pull the right thing to win the game. Pulling is pretty effective with this guy because it's just the really nasty combos you can do where you just hit something for a lot of damage and then maybe it only needs a few damage counters to get killed. And then you can put it on the bench, pull something bigger, and then you hit the other big Pokemon for 200, and then you put a couple of damage counters on the other hurt dude to finish him off. That sort of thing. So that's another reason why I think Prime Catcher makes the most sense to run in this deck. And this is pretty much it. I don't think I forgot anything. Very simplistic line. And then we got 5 Psychic Energies and 7 Fire Energies. Run a few more, of course, for the combo with these guys if we do it. Doesn't come up too often, but you know, they're here for this. and Charizard, of course. So yes, this is my version for the damn Dragapult EX. I can't believe I ended up using this guy after all, but... well, late to the party, but I ended up using him anyway. Until we get the next set, Shrouded Fable. It's coming in the 2nd of August, so it's fairly soon at this point. I'll show you a bunch of matches with Dragapult, maybe a few other random matches with other decks, and then it'll be that set's time. That's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys on the matches. What